Now solve question number 7. So here cos inverse a minus x divided by a minus b equals to sine inverse x minus b divided by a minus b. So when this cos inverse and sine inverse both are same, they are same only for x equals to 1 by root 2. If you draw the graph, so for x equals to 1 by root 2 they will meet, right? The graph of cos inverse x and sine inverse x only will meet at x equals to 1 by root 2. That means a minus x by a minus b, this should be equals to root of this one, this should be equals to 1 by 2. That means a minus x by a minus b should be equals to 1 by 2. So here if you find the value of x, so here a minus x is equals to 1 by 2 times a minus b, and here x is equals to a minus half of a minus b. So here you will get 2a minus a plus b divided by 2. So this is become a plus b by 2. So x is a mean of a and b. If x is mean of a and b, that means x should lie between a and b. But here we don't know whether a is greater than b or b is greater than b, right? So x either will lie between a, x will lie x will be less than b if a is less than b, and it will be greater than a. If a is greater than b, then x will be greater than b and less than a, right? Like this one. So as you can see here, first option is correct for this question number. Yes, question number this one 7. So also you have to verify whether we are getting this x minus b upon x minus b equals to 1 by 2. We are getting value of x or not from this expression. So definitely same type of equation is given there. So we will also get from this type of expression as x equals to a plus b by 2 also. So in the both cases we are getting x equals to same value. That means this will be true, either this or this. As you can see, question number 7, in the question number 7, first option, it looks like correct, right? Now question number 8. So number of solution. Okay, so if number of solution, this type of equation is given there, so we will try to make it as a perfect square. We will try to convert where only single term of variables would be present. So this is 2 times sine inverse x minus 5 times sine inverse x plus 2 equals to 0, right? So here we will try to convert into perfect square, right? So now also we can factorize this one also, because here we need to find number of solution. So if we factorize this, we will get sine inverse x equals to 5 plus minus 25 minus 4 to the 8 to the 16, right? So this is 5 plus minus 2 plus minus, this will become 4 to the 8 to the 16, that is 9, divided by 2a, 2 to the 4. So 5 plus minus 3 by 4. So value of sine inverse x is either 4 plus 3, 8 by 4, 8 by 4, or 5 minus 3, that is 2 by 4. So this value is not possible, because sine in this, here we are getting 2, and sine inverse lies only from minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So this is rejected, but here we are getting 1 by 2. Sine inverse x is equals to 1 by 2. So this is possible. So for this one we will get x as sine of 1 by 2. So there is one value. So number of solution is 1 here for this equation. Question number 9. So the question number 9 is sine inverse x plus cos inverse x minus tan inverse x. Yes, we need to find interval in which theta is lies, the smallest interval in which theta is lies. Okay, so here x belongs to 0 to 1. So this will become pi by 2 minus tan inverse x, right? So tan inverse x is an always increasing function like this. So its minimum value and maximum value both we can put here. So minus and tan inverse x lies between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So pi minus this thing, this will become minus is there, so this will become pi, right? And max to max pi minus pi, this will become 0, right? So 0, but here pi by 2 is not included, this minus pi by 2 is also not included, right? So we will get open interval 0 to pi. So here, okay, let me check also, because here included is given there, 0 to pi minus tan inverse x. Okay, one more thing, because x is lying between 0 to 1 only, x is lying between 0 to 1, that is here 0 and here 1. Only in this interval we need to find. In this interval of x, value of sin x is either 0 or pi by 4, right? So that means here tan inverse x restricted. So here we can put 0 to pi by 4, right? So if we are subtracting from pi by 4, pi by 2, that is 0 to pi by 2. So we will get 0. Also 0 is also included, pi by 2 is also included here, right? This thing also you need to take care. So 0 is included, and pi by 2 minus pi by 4, that is also pi by 4. This thing is there. This is the answer. So which option is correct? Yes, C option is correct, 0 to pi by 2. Okay. Previously I was taking all the value of tan inverse x, that means whole range I was considering here, but here x is restricted, that means value of tan inverse x also will be restricted. So value of tan inverse x we are getting between 0 to pi by 4, and because it is in strictly increasing function, so directly we can subtract minimum and maximum values. 9 and question number now 10. Here it is written, question number 10, sine inverse x square minus 6x plus 8.5 equals to pi by 6, right? This 6 you can send towards right side. Now, so that means x square minus 6x plus 8.5, this should be equals to sine pi by 6. Sine pi by 6 is 1 by 2, right? So this will become x square minus 6x plus also you can multiply by 2. Okay, so 2x square minus 12x plus 17 equals to 0. Now find the value of x here. So that is 12 plus minus 12 is 144, and what we need to find? Yes, x. So here minus 4 into 2 into 17, and divided by 2 into 2. So here 12 plus minus 144 minus 4 2 ja 17 to 32, 32 4 ja, right? So 34 into 2, that is 68 again 2, so this will become 136, I think, right? 6, yes, 136. So 136 divided by 4. So 12 plus minus 144 minus 36, that is 44 minus 36, 44 36, 8, right? So here root of 8 divided by 4. So this is 12 plus minus 2 root 2 divided by 4, right? Everything is okay. Yes. So if you take 2 common, this will become 6 plus minus root 2 divided by 2. But here for this value of x, this expression will become 1 by 2, right? again see, we are getting 6 plus root 2 divided by 2, 6 plus and 6 minus root 2 divided by 2. Here the question is find the value of 6. If everything is correct, everything is okay, then what is the problem here? Sine pi by 6, 1 by 2, so 8.5, 2 is 17, 6 2 is 12, right? So here 12, yes, 12 square 144, 4 2 is 8, 17 is 8 is 136. There is some calculation error here. Okay, so do one thing. If we solve like this, 6x, this is half, so 8.5 minus half is 8 equals to 0. Okay, so this will become 6 and 8, that is 4 and 2, so x square, we can write down this x minus 4 into x minus 2 equals to 0. Yes, there was some calculation error, right, previously. So x is equals to 4 and x is equals to 2. So which option is given? Yes, B option is also given here, so B is correct option. Right. Also we have to ensure that x square minus 6x plus 8.5 should be less than 1 and greater than minus 1 in this explanation. So as you can see, B option is given as x equals to 2, so this will be correct answer. So question number 11. So cos inverse x is 0 to pi. Yeah, this is correct. Cos inverse is also lie between 0 to pi. Sin inverse x lies between minus pi by 2 pi by 2. This is also correct. Every time this is also correct. So we need to find cos inverse of this thing. It is given x equals to 1 by 5. Okay, let's see. Cos of sin inverse x. Sin inverse x plus, see, 2 cos inverse x you can write down cos inverse x plus cos inverse x. So these things will become pi by 2. So cos of pi by 2 plus cos inverse x, right? So you can use the formula also, sin 90 plus theta, right? This is lying in second quadrant. So sorry, cos 90 plus theta, that is minus sin theta. So this will become minus times cos inverse x, right? This one, because here it is given everything is cos inverse x is lying between 0 to pi, sin is lying between minus pi by 2 pi. So here we can use this formula, this triangle rule we can use, because x is lying in first quadrant, that is x equals to 1 by 5. So this is base and this is hypotenuse. This perpendicular will become 1 minus x square root. So here minus sine of, you can write down this as sine inverse perpendicular 1 minus x square divided by 1, right? So this is minus times 1 minus x square by 1, this one, and here x is given 1 by 5. So 1 minus times 1 minus 1 by 5 whole square. So this will become 25 minus 1, 24 by 25. So this is 2 root 6 by 5. Root of this one is 2 root 6 by 5 and minus. So 2 root 6 by, A option is correct. Right, now next question. Question number 12. Number of solution we need to find here. So here this is given pi by 2. So this should be always true. If this thing is lying between minus 1 to 1, then this will be always true. Argument of sin x and argument of cos x, if both are lying between minus 1 to 1, right? So sine inverse x 1 plus b square up to infinity plus cos inverse x a minus a square by 3 plus a cube by 9 up to infinity. This is given equals to pi by 2, right? So if this argument and this argument is lying between minus 1 to 1, then this will be always correct, right? Now that means here this should lie 1 plus b square up to infinity. This should be less than 1 and greater than equals to minus 1. So if this sum is lying between minus 1 to n, sum up to infinite terms, this is lying up to minus 1 to 1 only. That means we can use here we can use the formula for infinite GP, right? For infinite GP, these are the conditions, and this condition is all this expression is following here. So what will be the sum of these numbers? So a upon 1 minus r. What is r here? B upon 1, that is b, and here in the formula you have to write on 1 minus r. So just see, I am writing sum of infinite GP, that is equals to a upon 1 minus r. R is here common ratio. So this is sine inverse of 1 upon 1 minus b plus cos inverse, again first term divided by 1 minus common ratio. So common ratio here is a by 3. This is actually given pi by 2, right? Now these expressions should be equal also, then only we will get pi by 2. So 1 upon 1 minus b should be equals to a upon, this is 3a upon 3 minus a. These equations should be same. So as you can see, if you simplify this, you will get an expression where you will get an equation in terms of like linear, I think linear equation you will get here, a b, yeah. Either you will get quadratic term or you will get linear term. So that means for this type of expression, there will be infinite number of a and b which will be satisfying this condition, right? If only suppose one equation is written, x plus y equals to 2, how many solution will be there? Infinite solution. So if you solve this, you will get this type of equation. Maybe ab, yeah, 3ab also you will get. So for this type of equation also infinite solution will be there, right? Now question number 13, number of triplets. So as you can see, sine inverse x plus sine inverse y plus cos inverse x, sum of these two number is pi by 2. Sum of these angles is pi by 2. Pi by 2 plus sine inverse y, that is equals to 2 pi, it is given in the question. So sine inverse y equals to 2 pi minus pi by 2, that is 3 pi by 2. This is not possible. Sine inverse x only will give angle between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This is not possible. So no solution for y. There will be no triplet also for x, y, z. This question of 15 we have discussed in the class, similar problem. Question number 16. Tan inverse sine square x minus 2 sine x plus 3. Here cot inverse 5 times sec square y. Okay, y is involving here, that is equals to 5 by pi by 2, right? Now see, so first of all, this is tan inverse x plus cot inverse x, that is equals to pi by 2. So first of all, sine square x minus 2 sine x plus 3 should be equal 5 times sec square y plus 1. Sec square, value of sec square lies between 1 to infinity only, 1 to infinity. So its minimum value is when minimum value of sec square y is 1 to infinity. Range, I am talking about range, sec square y is involving here, right? So now that means if we consider minimum value of this one, sec square y, so this will be less than equals to 5 plus raised to 1 plus 1, that is less than equals to 6. So sine square x minus 2 sine x plus 3, this would be less than equals to 6. So sine square x minus 2 sine x, this would be minus 3 here. Minus 3 less than equals to 0. So now we can convert into perfect square. So this will become, also we can factorize this normally. So this is sine, sorry, not inverse. Yes, inverse is not given here, right? Question number 16, I think 14 also, I forget question number 14. So after this I will solve question number 14. So question number 16, yes, sine square x. Okay, now let's factorize this equation. So sine x 2 3, so this will become minus 3 into sine inverse 1 less than equals to 0, right? Now this is one of the root, minus 1, this is second root, here plus minus plus, right? But here sine x is given here, not only one variable is involved, right? So that means sine x should be less than equals to minus 1, right? Then union with sine x should be greater than equals to 3. So this is not applicable, sine inverse x never equals to 3. But sine x also never greater than minus 1. Sine x is only equals to minus 1. When x is equals to, you can draw the graph also. See these things. When it is minus 1, this is 3 pi by 2. This is pi by 2. So 4 and minus 1 multiple of pi by 2. What is the question here? So we need to find cos square x and sin square x equals to 0. So if sin x is minus 1, that is 3 pi by 2, then value of cos x will be 0, right? At these points, if you draw the graph here, you will find, so and these points, that is 3 pi by 2, this will be 0. So cos square x will be 0, and so the remaining expression is minus sin x, and value of sin x is equals to minus 1. So minus of minus 1, that is equals to plus 1. So this expression will give always positive angle, that positive value, that is 1, right? Now next, yes, question number 14 also. 14 is tan inverse x box, right, square minus 8 times tan inverse x box of tan inverse x plus 16 less than equals to 0. So as you can see, this is perfect square. Tan inverse x is not square here, minus, this is perfect square, 8 and 16 is involved, that means minus 4 whole square less than equals to 0. 4 4s are 16, 4 2s are 8. So now square cannot be negative, cannot be less than 0, but it can be equal to 0. So only there is one possibility, when tan inverse x box minus 4 is equals to 0. So when this is equals to 0, when tan inverse x box is equals to 4, right? So here tan inverse x will belong to 4 to 5, 5 not included, 4 is included. But as you know, tan inverse x is only, tan inverse x is lies between pi by 2 to minus pi by 2, not included, okay, this one. So that means, and pi by 2 is 1.57, and this is 4 is written, 4 to 5, so there is no value of x, right? So x belongs to 5. What is it? What is the options here? Does not exist. Yes, does not exist is the answer. So otherwise answer will be tan 4 to tan 5. If these value lies between pi by minus pi by 2 pi by 2, then this will be answer. This will be answer, because of 4 pi 5. Suppose the answer is like 0 to 1, then we can use tan 0 tan 1. Otherwise answer will be this one. But here because of 4 5, answer is does not exist. Question number 17, very important question, right? We have discussed these type of question in the class also. You can use the graph also. Without graph also you can solve. It's based on, you can say, 11th class portion, trigonometry. Like, see, I am giving one example, one solving little bit. So cos 2, this thing, sine inverse of sine x is 1 if x belongs to minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So if any angle is written here, that you have to write down only between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So 2 is greater than pi by 2. Pi by 2 is 1.57. So 2 is greater than 1.57. So first of all we need to convert into sine also. So this you can write down sine of pi by 2, or you can use pi, it will be better. So pi minus 2, sine pi minus 2. So here in second quadrant sine is positive, so this expression is correct. So this will be equals to sine of sine, no, directly, because this angle is lying between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2, minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So directly you can write down pi by 2 is the answer. In every question here, in every step, like cos inverse sine 2, right? First convert into sine, whatever angle you are getting, that angle should satisfy this inverse, value of inverse. Like cos inverse x lies between 0 to pi, so this should lie. If it is not lying 0 to pi, then you use pi minus theta or theta minus pi, like this one, theta minus 2 pi, 3 pi, right? We have discussed in the class also this type of questions. And next one, question number 18. 17 is very important, okay? So at any cost you have to find the value. Now this sine of cot inverse x plus 1 cos tan inverse x, right? So here convert this cot into sine. So cot inverse x is base upon perpendicular. So this will become 1 square plus x plus 1 whole square. So you'll get x plus 2x plus 2, this thing. Then write down this as sine inverse of sine inverse 1 upon x square plus 2x plus 2 root equals to cos of, you write down in cos, tan is given, write down this into cos. So tan x by 1, this will become 1 plus x square root. So cot into base upon 1 plus x square of root. So now these should be equal. So 1 upon x square plus 2x plus 2 should be equal 1 upon 1 plus x square. So that means x square plus 2x plus 2 should be equal 1 plus x square. X square x will cancelled out. So 2x equals to minus 1, x is equals to minus half. So minus half is the correct answer. Question number 19. 19 you can solve by using graph also. Tan 1 and tan inverse 1, which one is greater? So now see, this is the graph of tan inverse pi by 2, here it is minus pi by 2, and for x equals to 1, right? See here, this is the graph of tan x. At this point both will become same, right? This is pi by 4, right? So when tan inverse x and tan x both are same, for see here tan inverse x and tan x both are same. So value of tan inverse x is pi by 4 at x equals to 1, and value of tan pi by 4 is also 1, right? So this is pi for this graph, this is pi by 4, right? And for this graph, this is equals to, this is 1 and this is equals to pi by 4. Now this angle will be here. Now just focus here. At this point both are same. That means tan inverse x equals to tan x, right? Tan x is also increasing function and tan inverse x is also increasing function, right? But with using the graph, this point is for this one, when both will become 1. So tan inverse x will become 1 for x equals to pi by 4, and this will become 1 for x equals to 1. Pi by 4 is almost 0.7 or 7.5 almost, you can say. Pi is 3.14 divided by 2 divided by 4. So 7 4s are 28. So this is, yes, 0.75 something, right? Yes, put here. So this is pi by 4 and this is 1 here, right? 1. So now compare here, when both are this, for this tan x, pi by 4 is 1 here. For x equals to 1, this one is pi by 4 here. Pi by 4, no, they will intersect here, this graph and this graph, right? So I think this is pi by 4 and this is 1, right? So for this point both are here, this graph is above than this graph, right? So we need to find this angle also, right? So when tan inverse x and tan x both are equal, so for x equals to pi by 4, this is 1, and for x equals to 1, this is pi by 4. Okay, we will get some irrational value here, irrational value of this x, right? But here pi by 4, if you talk about this graph, inverse function, so tan inverse 1 is equals to pi by 4 here, right? And tan pi by 4 is equals to 1 here. So as you can see, between pi by 4 and 1, right, here pi by 4 is less than 1, and both, if you compare both the graph, tan at this graph, this inverse graph is below than tan x, so tan will be greater than tan inverse x between pi by 4 to 1, right? So tan x will be greater than between tan inverse x between pi by 4 to 1, right? If x belongs to pi by 4 to 1, right? Both are increasing function, as you can see here. This is tan pi by 4, so x also, so this also, tan inverse x is greater than tan inverse y. So this was pi by 4, this was 1, right? So here pi by 4 is less than 1, so that means x is less than this. Suppose y is here, x is less than y. Third option, okay. Is there any other approach we can apply here? Let me think. So without graph also can we solve this? This was the graphical approach, right? Graph also we have discussed in the class. So tan inverse x, we need to compare tan inverse x and tan x, right? Here this is tan inverse 1, that is equals to pi by 4, right? Okay, wait. Yes, now see. For this inverse type of function, 1 is given here, x equals to 1, tan inverse 1. So tan inverse 1 is equals to pi by 4, right? Now, so for tan x, what is the graph tan x? So, and here it is given tan 1. So this is the graph, right? Graph of tan 1. So here this graph will give 1 only for x equals to pi by 4. So x equals to pi by 4 will lie somewhere here, pi by 4. So if x is pi by 4, this function will give 1, right? That is greater than this pi by 2, right? Now we need to compare which one is greater. So we are getting tan inverse 1 pi by 4, that is 0.75 something, and tan pi by 4 is 1, right? No, we don't need to find tan 1. In each function we need to put 1. So here also for same type of function, if you take n in both the function, so as you can see this tan 1 is greater than this tan inverse 1, right? So tan 1 is greater than tan inverse 1, right? So what is the conclusion here? Yeah, this is equals to x and this is equals to y, right? So x will be greater than y. This is the final answer. X will be greater than y, right? I was putting pi by 4, but here only in both the cases we need to put only 1, right? In previous class I was taking pi by 4, right, by mistake. So here next question number 20. Cos inverse x plus cos inverse y equals to pi by 2, and it is given tan inverse x plus tan inverse y equals to 0. We need to find x square plus y square. Now see, take cos inverse both sides. So this will become xy minus 1 minus x square 1 minus y square equals to 0. So that means xy equals to 1 minus x square, whole is taking square also both sides. So this will become 1 minus y square. So x square y square equals to 1 minus minus plus x square y square minus x square minus y square, right? This will get cancelled out. So you will get here x square y square equals to 1. Now second equation, take again tan inverse both side. This one, tan inverse both side, or not tan inverse, take cos both side, cos x both side. Here take tan both side, tan 0 is 0. So after taking tan both side, we will get x plus y divided by 1 minus xy equals to 0. So that means x plus y is equals to 0. Take a square both side, x square plus y square plus 2xy equals to 0. Here x square plus y square is given as 1. So put 1 here. So this will become 2xy equals to 0, and the value of xy is minus half. Now we need to find value of this one. We need to find x square plus xy plus y square. So x square plus y square is 1, and value of xy is minus half. So 1 minus half, that is equals to half. So half is the correct answer, right? Yes.